is Dr. Joanna Corby with Earth to Spirit. So we're starting to talk about how you can work with foods, herbs, and practices to lift your health into a whole new domain. We're not just talking about self-medicating, we're talking about forming a new relationship with yourself, with your body, with your mind, and with your spirit, where you take responsibility and where you take ownership and where you invest in learning about how to best care for it, nurture it, and field any issues that come up. We all experience different health issues, and our health path is our opportunity or our impetus to get back into greater connection with our body, to get back into greater integration between our body and our neurochemistry and our mind, and to get back into a place where the spirit can speak more loudly and clearly. As we cleanse the body and as we nourish the body, we actually make space for the communication network between the body and the spirit. There actually is like a physical mechanism behind that. My background is actually in radio astronomy, and we say that every transmitter is a receiver, every receiver is a transmitter, and we're always working with electrical and with magnetic and with electromagnetic signals. We actually have these different transmitter systems throughout our body, and I think that that's going to be the forefront of a lot of what people are working on in the next couple of years. So to me, when I cleaned my body, when I started to detoxify my body, when I started to clean out the gunk and the sticky stuff that's present in the cells and make, give my body the minerals and the electrical components, the electrolytes that are needed for signal production and for electronic communication throughout the body, I actually started to hear spirit in a whole new way. So what we do in our bodies is very connected to our whole integration of body, mind, and spirit. What we do in our bodies is also very naturally and very obviously connected with our neurochemistry. In many cases, neurochemical imbalances, depression, anxiety can be very greatly reduced in severity or ameliorated just working with providing the nutrients that the mind needs in order to operate properly. So this isn't really a depression anxiety thing, but this is an example that I have where the neurochemistry of the mind is really just symptomatic of a nutrient deficiency. And this is one of my own personal experiences. When I was pregnant with my first child, I was doing astronomy research and working with telescope data and working with composing a paper and doing data analysis on this telescope data. And I could notice kind of what you call pregnancy brain or brain fog that's associated with pregnancy. And somebody that I was close to told me at that time that brain fog is actually formed because the developing fetus is taking a certain molecule. It's taking a lot of things from your brain, but it's taking phosphatidylserine in specific from your brain. And if you don't have adequate levels of phosphatidylserine in your diet, the baby will send signals for your body to go and retrieve it from your brain and bring it down into the developing fetus so that it can form its brain, because it needs that molecule to operate properly as well. And now the priority is on the baby. And so the way to prevent brain fog is actually to supplement with phosphatidylserine. That's when I looked into what foods it was present in. It's actually very highly present in kind of the surface material of seeds. And sunflower seed has a good quantity of it, and you can actually get phosphatidylserine from sunflower lecithin, from the lecithin, the fatty oily material in the shell of this sunflower. And so I started taking sunflower lecithin every single day to get adequate levels of phosphatidylserine so that my baby wouldn't have to come up to my brain to get it. Instead, it could just have it readily available in the diet and take it there. And sure enough, when I ensured that I was taking the sunflower lecithin, I did not get brain fog, and I could operate at completely 100% capacity in my research work. And if I forgot to do that for a week or two, for a couple weeks, I noticed a significant impairment in my mental function. And so that's one of those cases where the mental function is really just symptomatic of, does the brain have the things that it needs for the neurons to fire? If not, the brain's not firing at full capacity. If it's just not there, it's just not there. So we work with foods, herbs, and practices to get you educated, to get you informed, and to get you ready to take the power over your health, take the power over whatever symptoms show up in your life, whatever things are not operating at 100%. When you tune in and you can say, hey, you know what? I actually am feeling this way and it's off balance for me. What helps with this? How do I integrate that into my practice? And when you know enough to take ownership of that for yourself, you don't fall so far that you even have to go into the medical system for it in many cases. You can address that with these practices very early before it creates an exacerbated system, before you get the disease or before you get the major impairment. I have some other examples of this that I've lived out in my life, seeing things that are precursors to Alzheimer's or to multiple sclerosis or to different imbalances, and being able to identify them quickly and then correct them. So I hope you join us on this journey to discover the foods, herbs, and practices, and ultimately the knowledge that empowers you to work with them in a way that gives you your life and your health back. Thank you.